Hey guys, so here's what's on the bench this morning. We've got a Chapman. This is the ML3. So this is the Telecaster shape Chapman. Let me think. The ML1, I believe, was the Stratocaster shape. And the ML2 was the Les Paul shape. The ML3 is the Tele shape, made in Indonesia. I love these guitars. Let's get into this, change the strings, clean this thing up. Help me out here. Here we go. Let's get going. Okay, let's start off just with plugging it in and seeing if she makes noise. There we go. The output jack seems nice and secure. Three-way switch, tone control. Seems good. I think we just need to change the strings on this thing. Inverted neck. I remember about, I don't know, it was maybe 10 years ago, 8 years ago. These Chapmans, I was really into them, and I had a good little collection of them. For me, they kind of felt like, if I could get one on Reverb for $400 or somewhere around that neighborhood, it kind of felt like I was getting a really cool, modern boutique, right? Boutique guitar. And I had met Rob Chapman at the NAMM show and different things like that. So I thought it was kind of a cool guitar. And I took a couple once in a while. I would take one to a gig in the punk band that I play, and I'd sit and strum on them. And people, they didn't really know what they were. Nobody knew what a Chapman was for a long time. And it seemed like the only place that you could get one was at Riff City Guitar. You could order one from Riff City. And in all my, so I was collecting them, and I had probably 10 of them or so. And, but the ones that were hard to find were the ML2s, which were the Les Paul ones. I only had one of those, and I ended up selling it. I know the guy that has it, and he loves it. Some of them are heavy. There's a lot of maple, so some of them you got kind of a lot of weight. All right, I'm just going to clean on this thing. And I got this new company, and they're called Guitar Juice. And they're out of Wisconsin. And I've been using this stuff now. And there's going to be a link in the description below where you can get a bottle of this stuff. But I just spray it all over. Spray it on the rag. And it seems like it's doing really good for me. And I talked to the sales rep the other day. He's going to send me a case of it or something like that. And some polishing cloths. But he told me that they use no dyes in it. And they use no fragrance in it. And it just cleans them up really nice. As you can see how clean that got. Just that easy, right? Okay, so I just looked at this now. Let me get you guys in here. Okay, on our fretboard, I'm seeing a little crack. I'm seeing a crack in the fretboard. It starts about right here. It's just right past the tip of my finger there. You see that? So it's got an issue. Goes up to about the 12th fret. And then I don't see it up in this part, but it's all through here. So I guess I'm going to try the old super glue trick and see if I can get some super glue down in there. So let me clean the surface of the fingerboard a little, and I'm going to use this same stuff. And I think if we can get some super glue down in there, if anything, it's going to help the crack from stretching or cracking even further. So let's go ahead and clean on this, and then I think I have some super glue I'm going to try to get down in there. Okay, so I got some ultra liquid. Let me just see if a little dot or a little drop will fit in there. Damn. Let's see now. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Alright, so let's just take a little toothpick and see how dry is this stuff. Oh, it's dries quick. Well, not that quick. I'm gonna let that just chill there, I guess. Thought maybe I could like rub it down in there. Seems like that's working. Okay, gotta let that dry up for a while. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. I let this stuff dry up. So now I'm just gonna use this razor blade, and I'm just gonna scratch the excess super glue off the fretboard. And hopefully some of it got down in that crack and sealed it up nicely. I might just be scraping everything right off, but it kind of looks like some of it went down in that crack. But this is just a quick, easy way. And again, it was just to try to prevent that from cracking anymore. So it's just a real quick little easy attempt at fixing that up. Guess I need to call Rob Chapman and say, dude, my fingerboard cracked, bro. What's wrong with you? I did a really old video at the NAMM show about 5 years ago. And I took Philip McKnight had a yo-yo. And I took that yo-yo and I got a bunch of guys to give me yo-yo tricks. And Rob Chapman gave me a yo-yo trick in that video.
I reckon I'm going to be the best yo-yo person you have ever met in your entire life. I haven't done yo-yos in...
A lot of guys put them on their ring finger. Oh, that's all right. Here we go. I won't tell you how to do it.
Okay, you ready?
You're the man. I am ready. it was just something, I don't know. I decided I gotta make some kind of a video. So I took a yo-yo with me, and I got Jared Dines and Michael Anthony and a bunch of guys did yo-yo tricks for me. Fluff and just tons of guys at the NAMM show, and they were all happy to do a yo-yo trip. Michael Anthony was really good at the yo-yo, and the one guy, Jeff Kiesel Guitars, that guy knew how to operate that yo-yo. But I'll try to leave a link in the description, so some of you guys, if you're interested, you can watch my yo-yo video. It was pre-COVID, and the NAMM show was just hopping. It was just a great time, and it's just a really fun video to watch. All these guys doing yo-yo tricks for me. Okay, guys, so now let's do the whole F1 oil on the fingerboard. I'm going to super clean this fingerboard. I just use this stuff all the time. Almost every guitar. And then I keep an old sponge that I use to apply it on the neck. There we go. And now let's just let that set on there for a few minutes. And then I'll wipe all the excess off of there. And then I think we're ready for string. Okay, so I have a paper towel. We're just going to wipe off the excess here. And again, this stuff gets all the dirt off of there. And it hydrates it, and it cleans it up real nicely. In my opinion, you know, I'm down here trying to sell used guitars, and if the fingerboard and the frets look nice and shiny and nice and clean, that really helps. Nobody wants to buy a used guitar that has a dirty, covered in dirt, really gross fingerboard on it. There we go. Yeah, I got some stuff off of there. Okay, so before I put the strings on it though, I'm going to hit these fret ends real quick. So I've got my StewMac fret file. It's got a flat top and it's kind of rounded on the bottom. So you put the bottom part down here and you just kind of give it one swipe is all you really need. One swipe all the way up to the... Usually you just do the bottom. You can do the top too, but the bottom is the part where your hand is on. And one swipe, every fret, does a great job. Just knocks the highs off there a little bit. There we go. Just that easy. Today's string choice. Alright, so let's throw some strings on this thing. Today's string choice. We got Fender. Fender Bullets. Okay, here we go. Are these the Fender Bullets? Are these Fender Bullets right here? Let's take a look at these things. See if they are Fender Bullets. I get crazy packs of strings laying around from time to time. So let's see. Yes, we do. We got Fender Bullets for this one. So this should be cool. Don't see these a lot. Let's set these right here. So here's our low E string right here. And our low E string, let's take a look at this. It's a 42, so we got 9 through 42s going on this thing. So that's perfect for me and the music that I like to play. But again, this guitar is for sale. Got my Ernie Ball Power Pig Pro string winder. And then this string is the third string, our G string. Okay, here's the first and fourth string. Alright, so let's just take a look at the saddles. The saddles are looking good. I'm going to do one little adjustment here. Make sure I have the right wrench in here. I'm going to lower that just a little right there and just a little right there. There we go. So the saddles look good. They look like they're intonated properly. But we can test that after we get it all tuned up. So let's tune this thing. Alright, she's getting close to being tuned up nicely. Got a couple of guys testing on pedals up front. Sounds like someone's got a fuzz pedal up there. Alright, so I think this thing is very, very close to being ready. So let me just stretch on the strings a little bit. Left hand is to protect the nut. You don't want to pull and lift and stuff because there's a chance that you could break the nut. So we're just going to stretch on them a little bit. This makes sure that they're seated down in the bridge properly. And strings stretch, so a couple good tugs on them. And then retune. Alright, let's plug it in and we'll play through it a little bit. Alright guys, so I've got this Chapman all shined up, got new strings on it, cleaned and hydrated the fretboard. We tried to fill some of these little cracks in the fingerboard. They look pretty good. So let's just see what she sounds like. I got it plugged into this little Fender Cyber Deluxe. I love how this thing plays. You know, I'm not a great player. I'm not up doing these videos so I can show off how good I play. I'm promoting my guitar shop and trying to just let you guys listen to what she sounds like. And again, a few years ago, I'm going to say, well, pre-COVID, I was kind of a Chapman fanboy where I would buy these. I would search reverb weekly. I would, if I could get one for in the $400 neighborhood, I'd try to grab it up. I love how the back of the neck feels. There's tons of access to the high frets. Yeah, so kind of fun. Let's do this for a little. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, so you can tell that these backing tracks I play are always the old blues, A minor pentatonic scale. It's kind of my best scale that I have for just freestyling. But again, there it is, man. This one is for sale. You guys can call me or you can drop into my store. Remember, I have a second channel now. I play a lot of gigs and I go to a lot of concerts, and I put that content over on this second channel. And make sure to check out my new t-shirts. I got new t-shirt design. This is the old classic design right here that I've had for, I'm going to say 6 to 8 years. I've had this old design right here. But I've got a brand new bunch of t-shirts. Check out my Amazon link. Do all that kind of stuff. Hit the like, subscribe. And thank you guys for watching. And I will see you in the next video.